Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is somebody who, in my opinion, whose reputation has been shattered. Uh, it's been tainted and overall destroyed. Because whatever he built for himself, whatever he made people think of him before, whatever he wanted to build up for the future or future generation, is now destroyed. You know, and it's so ironic that you have a black man who basically made a documentary about Bill Cosby's past accusations and the victims, what had happened throughout the 70s and the mid to early 80s. And, you know, it's it really just shows you how you could want to do something good for other people or yourself. You know, you could put out a good message, but people will try to ruin your reputation. Now, where did all this come from? Uh, how did we get here exactly? And why am I bringing up this nigga Bill Cosby? Well, let me explain. So about, I want to say a month ago or a little over 4 weeks ago, I vividly remember I watched this video on Bill Cosby of how uh, when he first came out of jail, the video, it came out right around the time he got out, which was, I want to say, like June, or I think it was July of last year. And I was watching it, right, and I remember, there was a commercial that was talking about his uh, accusations and whatnot, and I start to wonder, like, is this a setup all to plan that this documentary is advertising his downfall? This I'm vividly watching a video, right, and I'm seeing this ad about him, about Bill Cosby, but in a documentary style shoot, or a documentary style investigation, while I'm watching a Bill Cosby video. But that doesn't really irk my nerves. What really bothers me is that you have a black man, right? I don't know the director's name, but so you have this black guy who is filming this and releasing it on Black History Month, tearing down, or his reputation is already destroyed, and still accusing Bill Cosby, a black man, black on black crime, on Black History Month. Whole lot of black. It just kind of like it just shows you then and there like people's true intentions of you. And going back to what I said at the beginning, where you could have the best reputation, or you could make yourself look like somebody who's putting out a good message and putting out uh, a different perspective on how people look at you. Because if you've seen Bill Cosby's show, at the time people really didn't see that for black families. Like nobody saw that. Uh, Nobody saw that reputation or representation from a black family ever. So Bill Cosby was the first person to do that. You know, up until those accusations, quote unquote, of him being a you know what and putting you know what in drinks. Ever since just that shit, Bill Cosby has been teared down by, I would say, damn near everybody. Like, there are very few people that actually use, like, logic and, you know, there are very few people that are going to actually come out and tell the truth. Let's just look at Bill Cosby's accuser. Bill Cosby's accuser, now this is just my opinion, looks like a fucking man. But is portrayed as, quote unquote, a woman. You know. Ain't it also ironic how a successful black man, probably one of the most richest in Hollywood at the time, gets accused of the worst thing at a time where being that high of power or status is very uncommon. And I've never been the one to question, uh, you know, people's affairs or whatnot. I never really go into that. But if something happened to you, let's say, like if you're in your 60s and you still remember it 45 years ago, or let's say 30 years ago, and it's a traumatic experience, for you to keep quiet and not get justice, you know, that is because you first have to build up courage to actually, tell the law that this person, did that to me. But Bill Cosby has more than just one accuser. He's had, I don't know, at this point, like 12 or something. And notice how they're all one race of women. It's not there weren't any black women, there might have been a few Hispanic, but yeah, majority white women, and I think one Hispanic. So it starts to really, you start to question like how accurate any accusations or what went wrong, quote unquote, really went down. You know, And Bill Cosby has been, his reputation has been destroyed. You know, even if he's free, even if he's out of jail, it's been like what, a couple months since he, has been released from prison. You know, I could guarantee after Bill Cosby is, when he's dead, you're still gonna have people who are still gonna shit on him. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, as fucked up as that sounds, you're still gonna have people that are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I remember Bill Cosby. He was, you know what?" And it just shows you America's representation of probably one of the most richest, wealthiest black men to have something going for himself. And, once you start doing something monumental, because it wasn't until he did something that was monumental that then he got accused, you know. And there's something else within doing something monumental that I can't really say right now. I don't want to say it, but you could go Google it yourself. What Bill Cosby was planning just his plans. He he had a few plans that were monumental, but Hollywood or the powers that be fucked him over. And so he's had it way worse than Harvey Weinstein. He's had it way worse than uh, people like Kevin Spacey or fucking any rich Hollywood, you know, that's higher up there in the hierarchy or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it's just how it is. You could be a rich black man. You could be doing something good for the, representation or even the community. I mean, nigga, look at Nipsey Hussle. The nigga died in front of his own fucking store. You know, bringing fucking Crips and Bloods together, bitch. That is something I've never heard of before. But what the niggas in the hood do, you know, what did the government want to do with this nigga? You know, put a target on his back and shoot his ass. You know, but it is what it is. Like, you could have the most conspiracy theories about this, but it's just even if you're rich and successful as a black man, you will still have, if not a bigger target on your back, because you gotta cater to the general public, and you gotta put out this image that you're squeaky clean and you don't mess up in life. And second you fuck up with your wife or whatever, the powers that be or Hollywood or whatever organization you're fucking you sold your soul to, they'll ruin your ass reputation wise. you know and Cosby, his is in the fucking dirt. You have even niggas shitting on him. How many fucking comedians told jokes about this man? How many people have cursed his name like he's the most predatory if that's even a fucking word, the biggest predator or the biggest molester, you know. But I fucking seen like white people who have committed way worse crimes, who have not had jail time, either shot people up or are pedophiles, but still live in a fucking populated area and they haven't been shamed or anything. It's like with their shit, it's been swept under the fucking rug. You know, this is the type of shit, man, I just think about because like most niggas, I just watch, you know, what's going on in the world, like with Hollywood and shit. I just watch that shit, you know. And I don't care how rich I am, you know, I will never sell my soul for any organization. I won't ride the wave of any trend. I'm not gonna fucking, you know, kiss ass to any fucking Hollywood CEO or record label or whatever the fuck. Cause I wasn't born like that, nigga. But going back to Cosby, they messed this nigga up so many fucking times. Like, it's not even funny. Cause at one point, this was the leading man in Hollywood when it came to representation of how the black man should be. Because if you've seen this show, to some people that see it now, or at least this generation, it's like something that is taboo. The black family. Or you have the black father and mother who have kids who've never divorced, you know, live in a nice house, and the father gives good moral values to his kids. But in today's time, you have a generation full of men my age who uh, are raised by single mothers, and their dad won't teach them shit, you know. But Cosby was the main person to actually put it out there that, you know, black people should be having families, you know. You know, he did a lot for colleges, and uh, he was about to buy NBC, and I don't know if, you know, niggas know how fucking buying a network is, but that's something that's fucking huge. That was unheard of at the time. Even hearing it now, it's like it's something that I've never thought would happen. But yeah, man, just another black man who's been castrated from society, or whose reputation has been ruined also. And then you got fucking Joe Rogan, bitch ass, who said the N word. And, you know, I'm gonna be very honest. Joe Rogan actually does look like the type of person who would say it. And it doesn't really surprise me, you know. Even when white people say it, it's like, it doesn't really surprise me. You know, I kind of expect that from fucking white people. Because there's no other name or word that they could really ever insult us with. Well, there are, but it's like, that's the main one, you know. And then you got Whoopi Goldberg, who's being canceled because she said something about the Holocaust, but I've heard white people, say way worse things than what Whoopi Goldberg said on just Jews in general. On just Jews, my nigga, in general. The people in the fucking Holocaust that suffered all that shit. You have white niggas, right? Or fucking crackers who have said jokes and, you know, slurs and all this other type of shit. And it's like, I've heard way worse just by a fucking joke. And Whoopi Goldberg is getting canceled. But you know how the media fucking goes, nigga. I'm not even gonna explain it, but yeah, man. And this is all, this is all during Black History Month. You know, you're starting to have, and this has always been a thing. White people are at their most racist during this month because they're either jealous or conceived that black people have their own fucking month. So they're gonna do whatever they can to get us all mad and all that shit. But, you know, at this point in my life, I'm just fucking used to it. You know, it's like beating a dead horse at this point. Like, but hey, it is what it is. You know. But man, it's been a long, damn, it's been a long ass video. Uh, your boy, E.B.N, signing the fuck out. Peace.